Hey class, this is Bo Swafford. If you can't tell by my current surroundings, I am driving. Our senior pastor's out of town this week, and so we have a kind of an emergency hospital visit that I'm having to go make. And I had set aside this time this morning to do this video in response for like my mentor sit down and that kind of stuff. And so it's just going to work that I'm going to do this video while I'm driving the 45 minutes to the hospital. So don't turn me into the local police, please. So period. All right. Well, look, my mentor is actually our senior pastor. And like I said, he's been out of town. Actually, he's been out of town the last couple of days. He and I got to sit down on Monday, which is a normally scheduled meeting for he and I. And my heart in this mentor process in this class, with it being spiritual formations, is for he and I to really talk through like ministry during the storms, which this week for me personally has been kind of stormy. My wife's a middle school basketball coach, and this week is their tournament. And so I've got a wife that I've seen very, very little of. And I've got two kids that have seen very, very little of their mom. And then on top of that, our little girl is sick. And so it's been kind of a crazy week, just to be honest with you. So Alan and I, our senior pastor Alan and I, had a chance Monday just to talk through, you know, what that looks like. And he's so encouraging when it comes to that kind of stuff, because his big thing to me has always been, Bo, if you're gonna cheat the church. Like, don't cheat your family. Don't ever cheat your family. And just a little backstory: I was his youth minister for him and our church from 2003 to 2007, and then I was gone for 10 years and then came back as the associate pastor. And so that's been a thing that he has continued to tell me over the last, you know, I guess 17 years is, Bo, if you're gonna cheat anybody in your on time, like, please, like, cheat the church. Don't ever cheat your family. And so this week, just in the chaos of, like, you know, kind of battling as a single parent, with my wife being like just covered up with basketball, like he encouraged me, you know, like, listen, like, if you need to pull away from the office, or you need to pull away from this or that, like please, by all means, I have the freedom to do that. And so that's super encouraging, like, to me, to know that, like, someone that is my boss is more concerned with, like, my well-being and the well-being of my family than really, like, anything as far as, like, my profession goes and, like, what I'm doing for us as a church and that kind of stuff. It's very encouraging to see that, like, for him, and I'm a big guy of leadership. Like, I love learning about leadership, and so to see his leadership style in that moment, to go, I care more about you as the person and the husband and the dad than I ever do about somebody who works for me. And so that's a big thing for me, is because I want to be that type of leader myself, because I believe that leadership is all about relationships and the way that you treat the people that are working alongside you and with you and that kind of stuff. And so that was big, and it was just encouraging to sit down with him, and because I know that in the back of my mind, I know who he is and I know his heart, but it was also super encouraging just to sit down with him and hear him say, like, listen, man, like, you take care of your family this week. You take care of the things that you need to take care of to make sure that, like, personally, like, your family is good to go. And so that was super encouraging for me, just as far as, like, leadership and that kind of stuff. And so at the end of the day, like, that's really it. Leadership is about relationships, and in the storms of life and in the chaos, like, that's when it really becomes important. Those relationships is in that time. And so I'm super thankful for that, and very, very appreciative that he would do that for me. So thank y'all. Y'all have a great week. Y'all pray my family gets healthy, and that my wife wins the championship and the basketball season gets over. So I hope everybody's having a great week. God bless. Talk to you later.